Hey, 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 welcome back to True Healing Success. Well, this is the part two of why witchcraft is a curse. I want this video to stretch. I'm just I'm even excited for the video to reach over 80 views. So it go to show that a lot of the stuff is getting reviewed. So I appreciate every and anybody who is taking time to review what I'm saying, what I'm posting. And if y'all can see that my videos are getting a lot better, thank the Father for everything. So you guys, I try to do something on my holy day. That's when I get in touch with my spirit, and the Father just helped me create beautiful videos for you guys. Sometimes it don't, but I'm starting to switch it on Saturday because that's when I'm like in my relaxed stage. I'm already on my Shabbat, and I feel like it's even more powerful, because it's the day that I post it on, or I make it on, shall I say. So again, this video is for why witchcraft is not good. Please, please, please. And I do my own nails. I keep telling y'all. Make sure y'all start your own craft in any and every type of way, because it's definitely meant for us to become on top doing our own things and not worried about whether we get paychecks from these different jobs that's shutting down. So I just push y'all do your own thing, experience and explore as much as you can and get the education. So education, experience, and explore. That's what I would say. But going back to this witchcraft thing, this is the part two. If y'all did not see the first video, I suggest y'all go back and look at that first video. So I'm going to open it up by sharing my screen, and then we're just going to go from there. So I hope you guys like everything that I'm putting out there. And share, like, subscribe, share, like, and subscribe. So I just looked at this video, not just looked at it, but I thought this was something to give a great introduction to. So let me go ahead.
In this clip, we're going to talk about how to tell if a person is a witch. Witches are people just like everyone else. Some are good and some are lousy. Since Wicca is the fastest growing religion in today's world, a lot of people will be very open about themselves being a witch, so you won't have to wonder.
Did she just say Wicca is the first growing in the world? Yes, I do know that. And yes, I do believe it, because speaking of that, I just had to cut two witches out of my life. Didn't even know that they were witches. And the reason why I say we are living in a testimony, because, oh my goodness, you don't know who you're running across. My bad. I'm getting a little hot. So let me put on my fan. And if it's too loud, I'll be done heard it and cut it back down. So that way I don't mess up my video. But hold up 1 minute. So yeah, I'm gonna let her finish while I fix my fan.
In the meantime, there are certain clues that can give it away. Witches will always greet themselves with words like blessed be or merry meet. In addition to that, you will find the tone of conversation to be very open about life, about not judging others, about helping animals, about healing, interest in crystals and their properties. And if any of these comments of qualities can fit within your life, you may have some witch within you too. So when you meet people and you wonder, could they be a witch? Could they not be a witch? Use some of these clues to tell. And thank you for watching with Sandra Show.
Now, speaking of that, oh, and I have another one to go to as well. So while I'm speaking, I'm just gonna go to it. Okay, so the reason why I felt like it was great to pull that up, this one is a little bit longer, but I think I'm like skip
Do you
through
want
it.
to see how much money you're eligible?
As long as I put that up. Now, speaking of that, let me close this out so that way you can see me. Speaking of that, I had two ladies come into my life and I'm just going to try to go real fast. Speaking of that, I had two ladies come into my life, and one of them kept saying, oh, I'm a spiritual healer. I'm a spiritual healer. And I'm like, okay. Well, the first thing, like the first day I met her, I do not let people pray for me. I don't let people touch my hair. Like, I barely even go get my feet scrubbed like that. I do it myself. Don't get me wrong, because my grandma has always taught me it's things about our body is that's very sacred. And you don't want people getting attached to your hair because your hair is your DNA. Why do you think when people doing like voodoo and stuff, they're always getting hair and stuffing it into stuff? I'm pretty sure y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But these particular women act like they was all for me. I mean, to the point, like every day they'll call me soon as I can get up and start getting my son in order for school. Hey girl, what we doing today? And I know that I'm a woman of many different things. I have a lot of different talents. And that's why I say I'm a life coach. I mean, I'm a healer, I'm a helper. I'm a healer of the Father, okay? Not of all these cards and tarot cards and all this other stuff. I don't play around with those. You won't ever see me taking those stones and charging them. Like, I don't know what that's about. I don't want to know what's it about, because at the end of the day, I never heard somebody taking a stone from outside just to sit it on something and charge it. To me, that's nonsense. That's a little ludicrous. Um, so, and I remember when I went for my massage therapist, classes or whatever, my instructor, she always told us like, hey, you guys, when y'all go out in the real world and y'all start to massage people, let them know if you have stones in there, because that can be a whole big difference. Well, when she said that, I'm like, what the heck? So that kind of scared me too. And I'm like, oh no, you don't have to worry about me playing with stones, because I don't even know nothing about it. But the same stones that everybody is using to, oh, let me put this on me, and like that, like it, whatever you believe in, that's what comes to pass. So I think that was just very crazy in itself. um the stones that I have, they sit on my stand, like in my living room, because Jerusalem, like when I read the Bible, our home is going to be made with all sorts of gems and stones and stuff. So that makes me feel really good. Like I look at it and I'm like, you know what, Father, this is just what my home is going to be made of. Like he tells you in the Bible is made of those things. And if I really would have, I would have did search, I would have researched the part in the Bible where it says that at, so I could have brought it out. But that's it crossed my mind. It didn't cross my mind. But I know Israel, like our high priest and stuff, they used to have the breastplates of the 12 stones, and that was a representation of the 12 tribes of Israel and all of the tribes together. So that's what that come from. So that's why I'm okay with having the stones in my house. As far as in trying to recharge them and stuff like that, I don't get into all of that. I say, Father, whatever you bless me with, and then that's what we going to. So now I'm gonna take a couple minutes out, like this Wicca thing. I know a lot of people use these they call it like these measuring beads, where these women is putting it on their stomachs and see how much they lose weight or gain weight. I have heard so too that that is a form of witchcraft. Now a lot of people have asked me to make them when I go out and sell them, but they only know it to be for, and I'm not saying everybody, excuse me, I'm saying some. Some of them really use it to lose weight. So if you're doing it to lose weight, then so be it. I have nothing against that. I would definitely try to start making some just for losing weight. But if you're making them and you're doing like rituals over them, I have heard too, if a guy was to sleep with a woman and she have these beads on, it's a trap. It's basically like my dad used to tell me, oh baby, if you want to keep a man, take a picture of him and put it up under a mat by your door and have him walk over it 3 times. When my dad told me that, I said, heck no, I'm not doing that, Dad. If I do that and I want to be with him, years to come, that's gonna mess me up. And he was just joking, but really and truly, my dad used to have a, he used to call her he used to call her his spiritual mother. And I used to be like, well, what spirit do she pray to? Like, I'm thankful he never took me to meet this lady, because we probably would have been enemies before I even got out the car. But I am thankful from a lot of things that I've seen. So what I want to do is pull out some scriptures that I came across when I was reading how y'all don't want to mess with no Wicca, y'all don't want to mess with no voodoo, no hoodoo, no ooh, whatever that stuff is, y'all better leave it alone, because the God that look like us and the God of righteousness, who, I don't care if you're white, Chinese, or whatever, if you righteous, trust me, we'll see you in the kingdom on the flip side. But if you are not, oh, I pray for your soul. I was trying to pull up some more videos on the Bible verses, but they wasn't hitting to where I needed to hit. So I said, well, maybe I'm just gonna have to read it myself because we got to get out of this witchcraft stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this other thing real fast while I pull up some Bible scripts so we can just do what we gotta do so I can help my people out and so I can see y'all in the promised land because Jerusalem is getting ran down so they can clear out that place just for me and you. So let me go back into sharing my screen first. Let me fix this so that way we can get into it. So I'm just gonna pause this. I don't want him doing all this talking while it's doing a countdown. So like I said, while he's doing this, I'm gonna play this and then we'll get going. I know it's Revelation 21:7. I'm gonna do Galatians 5:20, 1 Samuel 16:23, Romans chapter 6 through 17, and then 8 through 6, and then Ezekiel 35 through 9, and Isaiah 44:6. So I'm just letting y'all know. Now listen to this real fast. I didn't catch it before it went on another thing on it, but I'm getting better, y'all. Work with me.
Without wasting your time, let's get into it. Sign number 1. They are very interested in your downfall. This is a very subtle sign. Anyone in your life operating under the spirit of witchcraft will often find themselves extremely happy about your downfall. They might never expressly mention this to you, but whenever they hear that something bad has happened to you, there will be a hidden joy in them. This is because people who
Okay, so let's stop right there. They always want to be around you. I just told y'all the two women, they always called me. I mean, as soon as I quit my job, they called me to blow me up. First, I'm like, okay, Father, so do you want me to like what is this? Like, are they good women? Are they supposed to be around me? Because I know women don't stay around me too long without getting jealous or envious. And I'm not saying a lot of people is witches just because you get a little jealous or you get a little envious. That's not what I'm saying. But the way they was calling me, and then like they rush to me every day just to see what I'm doing. It's to the point like that's why some of the days like I couldn't even post my videos like that because like everything I'm trying to do, and they're trying to say seek everything that I'm doing, from how I'm doing what I'm doing, how I got the resources, what am I doing, what am I in school for, like, and I'm just like, okay, so hold up. If I'm gonna be showing y'all everything I'm doing, y'all gotta start coming to me like what y'all got going on. That way it could be beneficial to both of us, because if I'm just showing you everything I'm doing, you're gonna take everything I'm teaching you and just run. Like, what are y'all teaching me? When the day was over, I felt so drained. I mean, my body felt like I just wanted to just lay in my bed. And now I'm like, it's not one of them, but two of them. Then one of them is putting on this story how she got everything going on for herself and she just make all this money. And now when it's time to, for one, she said she got land in Africa, because everybody already know I'm moving to Africa, most high will. But I'm just saying, everything that I already had in my mind from years ago that I want to start doing, the Father is showing me how to do it now. And people is starting to see that. So I'm noticing people want to come around me because the things that I'm doing. But at the end of the day, you have to be very you have to be guarded, shall I say, because you don't want to let the wrong energies in, because they will stop everything that you're doing. So again, with these two women, I started noticing how I'm trying to keep going on everything that I have to do, because I have like so many different jobs in one day. And I'm starting to break it down into like the month, 1 week this thing, 1 week this thing, just so I can get everything done. But it was just the whole energy and forces that I was feeling between these two ladies. I'm like, hold up, what is going on? And then I have a really praying spirit. So what I said was, when I first met one other one, she had like this Eye of Horus chain on, but then she kept talking about the Most High. And then she started talking about how she's into crystals and, like a lot of things. I'm just like, hold up. So my spirit was like this with her. And I don't have a lot of people around my child because I know that is a lot of demonic spirits. And one thing I do not play with is my Father above. Like, he saved my life thousands of times. Okay. So now I'm just gonna call the one with this chain thing on. I'm just gonna call her Witchy. And then the other one who says she has land in Africa, I'm just gonna call her Little Liar. So we got Witchy and Little Liar. So Witchy starts to become more and more attached to me, basically telling me like, oh, I love the way you're so honest. You will get on people and, so you just keep me on track. So now she's basically going from I keep her on track. Now, remind you, I just met her, from going to I'm her sister wife. And I'm like, okay, sister wife, how are we using this? Because I'm not sharing no husband. And so by this being said, like, even to the point she asked me, will I be her sister wife? The first thing came to my spirit, y'all, is she trying to take my spirit. Like, I promise y'all, I'm looking like sister wife. Like, girl, no, I will run you and your husband out that house. Like, I already know what I come with. You get what I'm saying? Because I deal with the Father and I deal with my brother on a day-to-day basis. Like, so Witchy started telling me how I keep her in line and how I do all this stuff like this. We only was probably talking at this point for like a week or two, but I noticed it was so much energy every day she at my house. Every day we starting to do stuff, and I'm not trying to stop what I'm doing, but it feel like I don't know what it was. So I remember when I first met her and I said, well, who do you pray to? I need to hear how you pray. So we was up in my living room. Now I got the most high stuff around my house. Like, one thing I can say is I know me and my son is protected. Like, oh my goodness, it's definitely a spiritual war. So I'm gonna have to end up making a part 3 to this too, because I'm already at 24 minutes left. So like I said, I'm showing her this, I'm showing her that, and I'm starting to notice like it's to the point, if she was becoming obsessed with me. She already said, you dress so beautiful. I need you to start helping me dress. So now I'm stopped doing what I'm doing, because now I'm like, okay, look, your appearance is everything. We are the most highest creations, like special beings, like we have to make sure we look good at all times. We can't be out here looking like no prostitutes and hoes and thoughts. So by this being said, like now I start to order her clothes just so she can get like a better appearance. And so, not Witchy, but Liar. The Liar, she started getting a little jealous because how Witchy keeps coming to me. Now, Witchy and Witchy and Liar are supposed to be like how they told me that they were sisters. Like, I'm looking at them as like best friends because how they both approach me, not knowing Liar is sitting back and she's becoming jealous. So now I have Liar who's like, well, she told me out front, I'm jealous. Now, when she said to me, I'm like, well, you don't have to be jealous. I'm like, well, but jealous of what? She's like, because she was supposed to be helping me with my pageants and stuff. And now all of a sudden, like, she's helping you. So I'm like, whoa, well, I don't know what y'all had going on before I came along, but the way both of y'all have bombarded my life, like, y'all better figure this out. I'm only helping because I help people, because if I see something is not right, if you want me to help, I will help you fix it. But nevertheless, I'm not trying to get into your business because I have my own life and the thousands of jobs that I have to do myself to make sure that I'm successful. So I don't have to put my time and effort into somebody who don't need it. Like, that defeats the purpose of what I'm doing here. So next thing I know, Liar starts to see how me and Witchy start to do things, and she started to feel some type of way. But now Witchy has a husband who's very controlling. Very controlling. And all he care about is if you out with them, I better be seeing some money. And I'm looking like, no, honey, I don't make money for men. You know, whatever he got going on with y'all, that's you guys. Believe me out of it. And I can't promise you I'm putting money in your pocket, because at the end of the day, I quit my job so I can make sure that I get out here and do what I have to do. Now, if you want me to put money in your pocket, you better start getting out here and helping me do what I need to do, and not just sitting back watching what I'm doing to take back to him. Y'all, when I say it was a whole story, it was a whole story in one, okay? So now I'm like, okay, Father, what's going on with these women? Because now Liar, she's putting on that she owns land in Africa, and how she gets treated like royalty when she's out there, and how she just got all her stuff together, you know? So now I'm like, okay, so as she's now Liar, she would come around, but she was not trying to help me do anything. She know I have a cleaning business, and she's basically like, hey, well, why won't we do crime scenes? I'm like, okay, cool, because I've been thinking about that years ago. That makes pretty good money. So next thing I know, she goes, I'm like, so when we gonna sit down and start doing this stuff? Because now I'm looking up what certificates you need and what you know, just so we can start doing crime scenes or whatever. Everything that she told me that she do, come to find out, is a lie, or she's in the process of trying to do it. Okay. But now I'm more so like, okay, if you got land in Africa, show me deeds, show me this, show me that. Why? Because at one point, when they were saying all the black people can go back to Ghana, I started looking up that. When they start talking about free land and stuff like that, I started looking up all that stuff. So I know about deeds and so forth, because I'm a woman that likes to learn. So when she's telling me things, I'm like, girl, show me your deeds. You know, when I come over there, show me all that stuff. Like, because girl, then she told me she want to sell me a piece of land. So y'all got to really watch out for these dang on witches. I'm telling y'all, because honey, they might look like me, but our brains is totally different. Because honey, let me tell you something. What I mean look like me is black, brown skin, white skin, whatever. And oh, I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual. I say I'm spiritual, but my spiritual come from the Father. I'm not talking about that. That's what I'm telling you. I don't care how beautiful these little witches is. Y'all better start doing your homework on them, because this is some serious stuff. I didn't know there was witches till after, like, it's our closing day of me and them being friends again, and how the Father is really taking me, like, he's really lowering the expectations, and not even just the expectations, but the knowledge that I'm seeing from these. So all these big old lies is just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And now once it done shrunk, now I can see every lie for what it is. So trust me, I'm definitely understanding what the freak is going on. So like I said, now you got her, Liar, who's saying she want to sell me land and she want to do all this other stuff. So I said, well, send me some videos of the place and stuff. Honey, all she told me was in the past 2 years, she built a bridge in Africa for $1,000. So I'm like, so if I don't even own land in Africa and I want to, why are you not over in America hustling your butt off so you can take that money to build your place the way you need to be? Well, y'all know lie after lie. Long story short, I'm going to stop that story for now. And if I need to go back to it, I will. But come to find out, both of them play with tarot cards. Both of them play with crystals. Now, hold up. Liar's supposed to be a Muslim. I don't call Liar doing Easter egg hunting with her kids. Her son done told me she wanted to really slap him in the mouth, okay? Because she don't like, people have to tell me the truth. Okay, thank the Father. He makes people tell me the truth. I don't even be wanting to hear the truth all the time, because I'm like, please, just leave me out of that one. Because if I know, then I gotta just please, you know, I'll be trying to save people. Because if you tell me something, I got to tell you the truth. I got to tell you what the Father done put on my heart. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit done put on my heart, and I will be held accountable if I don't tell you the truth. So sometimes I'm like, please, like just let me walk out of the room or something. You know, y'all ain't gotta always tell me the truth, because now it's on me. Like, oh my goodness. So being a good woman that I am, I ended up finding some. Well, I just walked in Liar house and I found some tarot cards. So I'm like, but you're a Muslim, so why do you have that in your house? Come to find out, she used to be a traveling woman, so she know all about spirits. That's a woman Mason, okay? Whew. But she says, well, you know, I'm not terrified of them cards. Those cards don't scare me. And I looked at her. I said, did you read them? That's here nor there. Okay. Come to find out, they both dibbled and dabbled into that stuff. For one, that's a curse. Okay. The Father said, once you get into something like that, I'm going to curse you. So there you have it. Now, it looks like I'm going to have to go back over the Bible things, but I just really want to touch on these. And just like I said, if I go over this time, then oh well, because now I'm showing a video. But if I end up not, then I'm just going to make a part 2. which I think I'm just going to make a part 2 because it might be a little longer. But let's finish.
Who operate under the spirit of witchcraft generally hate seeing the progress of others. For example, let's say you informed them that you got a new
Them,
job or you're about to get married. You'd notice that they
which is
won't
a
really be
liar.
interested in the conversation. As a matter of fact, they might smile and pretend to be happy for you. But trust me when I say this, down deep, they will feel a sense of envy and jealousy wishing you never had that breakthrough. But let's say it was the other way round and you told them you lost your job. They
Now hold that thought. As I say, if I got to stop. Okay, so I end up putting my book on Amazon. Me and my son, we wrote a children's book. It's called The Butterfly Transformation. Y'all can go check it out, and I'll put the link down below. Make sure right now you stop what y'all doing. I need y'all to like and subscribe and send it to at least about 3 people. Okay, please do me that favor. So go back to it. When he say a person don't want you, all they want to do, like they okay with hearing your bad news, but not your positives. I was telling them, hey, you guys, I already wrote this book. I need help trying to put it on Amazon. If one of y'all can help me, we can just split everything like down the middle. I'm not money hungry. Money don't mean nothing to me. You just need it in America, in this world, on earth, to go, whatever. So I'm just letting them know, hey, I make earrings, stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? And when I say like just crafty, and I go out here and I sell them, I mean, I'm just doing so many different things. Now everybody want to hear, oh yeah, she'll give money. Oh yeah, we here. But now when it's time to actually do the things, they either will do it wrong to mess you up, or they don't do it at all with positive energy, right? So now I end up coming during the time that we were speaking. I end up hitting a downfall, like not a downfall, but like one day I end up breaking down. I just felt like everybody was just coming around me because for whatever it is that I have. And I'm starting to understand now when I need them, when they need me, I'm on the phone like a sister. But now I need them. They say they have all these other things to do, right? But then again, you always sitting in my face asking me or watching me. Liar said, girl, I'll be seeing you. I'll be watching you. And everywhere we went, do you know she started getting jealous because I'll carry myself nice. I have a great spirit and I know how to speak very well now, right? So she starts saying, oh, everybody sees you. Everybody see you. One thing about these little liars, they will tell you what they thinking, but it's up to you to know if it's a good way or a bad way. Because every time she's telling me, oh yeah, well, since you're a public speaker now, because I'm about to graduate, y'all, September 1st for Les Brown public speaking, well, professional speaking. So they know I'm on the thing for that. Like when I say I'm getting into so many different things, because y'all gonna see me all around the world. So if y'all starting with my YouTube channel, then so be it. But we about to grow together. Then y'all can say, I remember when she started off that YouTube channel, she was telling me everything. But goes back to it. So, oh, well, since you're a public speaker, we need to go to the men and women conference and all this other stuff because they'll start letting you speak. And, all this stuff they're coming to me with. That's what I said. When y'all first meet somebody, they're going to come with all these lies, oh, I can do this for you. I can do this for you. I can do this for you. And I'm like, okay. But now she see how I carry myself. And when I'm out in public, like even the guy, Mr. Bob over the pageant world, I had to give him a check that they asked me to give. I didn't even know him, but whatever came out my mouth, he just fell in love with me from then. Do you think she ever wanted me to go back by Mr. Bob? No, she did not. So good thing me and Mr. Bob exchanged numbers. So like I said, in the future, we'll be doing some business together, however the Father may allow. But what I'm basically saying is now she see how I carry myself. She already see that I'm beautiful. She already see that I dress nice. She already see that I'm very educated. So she's like, I don't need her around me, because if a person don't have what you have, it becomes envious and jealous. So the way she dressed is not up to par, like a businesswoman who quote unquote have all this stuff back in Africa as a businesswoman. She speaks very well, but it's just her household is not in order. You get what I'm saying? And when a person's household is not in order, they seem to take things out on you. Now, Witchy, on the other hand, her husband have her studying and reading all Egyptology, the Egyptian Bible. She reads crystals and I mean, when I say like her mom was schizophrenic or something, so she felt like that was a spirit and that was a blessing in itself. I'm looking like that probably was a curse because like that's not stable, you know. So when I just look at the bloodline of people and their family, I'm just like, So let me shut up and go back to it.
They will become extremely interested to know the details. They will become so curious, asking you what happened, prompting you to tell them more than you need to. Do you know why? This is because people who operate under witchcraft spirit generally are drawn to bad news. Hearing that something bad has happened to you is all they want to hear. Nothing brings them more satisfaction than when they hear that you are down. They will start digging for more and more details, not because they care, but because they really want to make sure it is that bad. Now, never make the mistake of thinking they are curious because they want to help you. No. People operating under witchcraft spirits are highly trained to be hypocritical. They can put up an act to make it look as if they truly care, but that's all an act. It's just another tactic to make you more vulnerable and entrust them and tell them more information.
Speaking of that, so when I had my little breakdown that day, one of them just so happened to call me. And I'm like, hello. Like, sis, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing, I'm good. So all of a sudden I said, you know what? And I don't know if I aimed it at her or not, but I said, you know what? I'm tired of all y'all. All y'all is about getting on my nerves because all y'all is users. And it wasn't just them two. I mean, there was some other people in my life. It could have been family. It was just a buildup of a lot of things. So all of a sudden I just started crying and just started going in. Just leave me alone. Don't call me, because everybody using me. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm helping y'all, but y'all not helping me do nothing. Like y'all was just a waste to even come in my life. Like, so I'm just going in. Honey, she comes from my house because we don't stay that far apart. She comes to my house and now she's trying to console me. Okay. And I'm feeling a lot of my energy is just coming out. And she just wanted to keep me close to her. And I'm trying to like push back, and she just keeping me close to her. So I'm like, okay, so is she trying, is this the energy she wants? Like when I say it was just some weird stuff, it was weird stuff. I remember one day Witchy was coming to my house and when she was coming down my hill, I just seen like this black cloud over her. My goodness, it was freaking sunny as heck outside. I mean, very, very light outside. Okay. So I had to go like that with my eyes just see did I just see the little black cloud over her? That let me know the spirit was definitely off, but I kept feeling something. But like I said, then she tell me that the Most High and Ra is the same. So right then and there, I'm like, hold up. But Liar wouldn't say nothing when me and Witchy going back and forth. Liar would just sit back and watch. So when I started noticing all this stuff, then she said, girl, I will not bother you because you be knowing what you be talking about. You be eating people up. And I said, no, because I'm just tired of people playing with my father. Like, it just don't make no sense. And y'all better stop before he end up putting a hole in your ass. I tell anybody, Most High gonna put a hole in your ass. Y'all keep on playing with the Creator. He's not playing. So let's just go back. They don't like hearing nothing positive. And if it's something negative, they definitely want to embrace every bit. Tell me more. Well, what do you think this means? What do you think? And all y'all doing is just more energy giving to the point once they get the energy that they need, they're like, okay, deuces. I'll be back later when I need some more. Do y'all know Witchy told me basically that I give her the energy that she needs? I said, okay, hold up. Wait, am I missing something? Let me continue.
Than you should reveal. The more they hear about your bad news, the more excited they become. They feed off from the pleasure of hearing about your downfall. This way, they will be able to gather more information about your case and wish you never come out of it. This is why you should be very careful about how you share your problems. Not every itchy ear really cares for your good. Remember, King Herod told the wise men to investigate and tell him where Jesus would be born, so that he would come and worship him. But you and I know that Herod had no such intentions. His plans were to put an end to the young life of Jesus. So if you notice that there is someone in your life who always seems unnecessarily excited about your bad news, then watch out. That might be someone operating under the spirit of witchcraft, especially if they immediately rush to start spreading the news around. Be wise. Sign number 2, they love to intimidate. A person in your life who is operating under the spirit of witchcraft will often carry a spirit of intimidation around them. Witchcraft always uses fear as a weapon to bring you under control. The operators threaten supernatural reprisals if you resist their manipulations. They warn of consequences should you fail to comply, making you cower under their commands. This spirit's aim is to bring fear to you. The Bible says God has not given us the spirit of fear. A typical witchcraft spirit will always try to give you the impression that it is very powerful and that if you don't do what it says, you will come under its attack.
And that's a lot of times why I tell people, if you should know it's out there, but don't believe it. Because when you start to believe it, now you're giving your mind the energy to accept it. And that way you're giving the devil to basically like an open gateway to come in and start playing with that stuff. One thing people do not understand is, again, it's like a woman. If I think I'm pregnant by mind, my body gonna start to feel that way. And I cannot be pregnant, but I can go through a lot of different postpartums or pregnancy symptoms just because I'm telling my mind that. If y'all tell yourself, it's just like the power of speaking. You know, when you say something, don't it come to pass if you put a lot of energy behind it? If I say, hey, I'm about to be a billionaire, and the next thing I get out there and I start actually putting my foot to the pavement and do that things, I'm going to become what I say. So again, if y'all are being around people who's practicing these things, I apologize for my nose, but if y'all be around people who's practicing these things, y'all might want to watch out, because when they say, or somebody say, hey, you're going to get hit by a car. If you keep thinking like, I'm going to get hit by a car one day, I'm going to get hit by, not saying me, I'm just saying somebody else, then it will happen, because that's what you programmed in your mind. The Father gave us so much leeway to do whatever we want in our mind. Do y'all forget that the world teaches us to use 10%? So whatever happened to that 90%? So you got to think, and whatever witchcraft or anything came about, don't you think that the Father, he already knows these things? They probably found a secret to something, but they twist it, and it's not the secret that he wants us to use. Or if he wanted us to use it, he would have made us fly like freaking, fly like birds right now, or do some supernatural type of things. But it's levels to it. We just can't get it just like this. Like, and for one, it depends on who it come from. That's why the devil fell from heaven and he brought his angels with him, or his demonic spirits. I won't call them angels because I feel like angels is all good, even though you got bad and good, but he brought them demonic spirits with him. So y'all better be careful and safe on a lot of things y'all doing, and people that y'all are calling a sister or a brother. And for the guys out there, y'all better be careful, because these witches is coming up to y'all. Like, even when I went to Spencer's, there was a little white girl behind me and she had a witch board, like the game. And I'm just like, dude, she think it's a joke? But no. And I asked her, hey, what's that about? She says, oh no, I study this. And it goes back into that Wicca. I'm telling y'all, throughout my life, the Father showed me a lot and brought people around me. I'm like, Father, really? Like, what? That's why I grab my Bible and I keep it close to me. No weapon against, no weapon against me shall prosper. Y'all better take all that stuff back, because if you play with me, you're going to play with the God of heaven, okay? His name is the Most High, and you don't want to play with that, because he got to tell Satan to get close to you. And if he let those hands off just for a minute, you're going to be praying he ain't let those hands off you. I don't want to experience that. I already seen from my eyes a lot of things. And let me tell you something. I pass.
If you notice that whenever you come around someone, they often seem to promote fear and threaten others a lot, that means there is a different spirit operating in them. Their behavior cultivates apprehension, anxiety, and faint-heartedness in others. They enjoyed being dreaded and respected by people, even if it means forcing it out on others. It makes them feel important and influential. This is the exact tactic Jezebel used. She had a lifestyle of threatening others. She threatened to take the life of Elijah and the prophets because she trusted in her witchcraft. This was so bad to the point that Prophet Elijah had to run away. Sign number 3. They are often mysterious. Someone operating.
So, Jezebel spirit. Y'all know Jezebel was a witch, okay? She had a lot of guys following her, and that's where this spirit come out here now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to hit some of these Bible verses real fast, because I know I'm gonna have to make a part 3 of this. We're going to go to Revelations 21:7. Now, this is for everybody who want to dibble and dabble into witchcraft. I advise y'all to stop. Okay, he says, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To all who are thirsty, I will bring springs to the. I apologize. I read that wrong. I will give the springs of the water of life without charge. Who all are victorious will inherit all these blessings, and I will be their God, the Most High. And they will be my children. They will be my children. I will be their God. Okay. But cowards who turn away from me and unbelievers like this Wicca and all these people, even atheists, like I'm still trying to figure out, like, I understand that you don't want to be a Christian, but to turn yourself away from the Messiah and the Father, you are crazy. So if something happened to you, don't say, oh God. No, which one? You don't believe. Just say, oh me, and see what you take you, or, get you through, if that makes sense. So, but cowards who turn from me, who turn away from me, and unbelievers, and the corrupt, and murderers, and the immortal, and those practice witchcraft. I'm telling y'all better read your Bible, and idol worshipers, okay, and all liars, because that's what it is a whole lie. They're doomed, okay? They're doomed. Their doom is in a lake that burns with fire and sulfur. Y'all better stop playing with the Most High. Y'all better stop playing because he's telling y'all. Okay, now let's see if we go into Galatians. Okay, so this is Galatians 5:20. This one says, when you follow the desire of your sinful nature, when you follow the desire of your sinful nature, your lives will produce these evil results. I'm telling y'all, the Father is so serious. Sexual immortality. Y'all know witches love to do sexual things because one of the sexual, like sex, if it's not, it can go to different entities. I'm just letting y'all know. Sexual immortality, impure thoughts. That's why the evil thoughts, they jealous, they just want to do something. All they want to hear is negative energy. Like that's where all that come from. Eagerness of lustful pleasures. We already talked about that. Idolatry, participating in demonic activities. What do you think witchcraft is? I'm telling y'all. Outer bursts of anger. They don't want to see you happy, not in any way. Okay. Hostility, quarreling, jealousy, outbursts of anger, selfish ambition, okay, division, the feeling that everyone is wrong except those in their own little groups, envy, drunkenness, wild parties, and all kinds of sin. Let me tell you again, as I have before, that anyone living that sort of life will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Y'all better stop playing with the Father. Y'all better stop playing with him. And then I only got the two. I ain't get the Samson, First Samuel yet. Let me see. Do I have First Samuel down? Oh. That's Isaiah. I got like 3 Bibles up here open. I say all these scriptures. So I'm gonna have to go back and find Samuel. Well, let's just go to Romans 6 and 7, since I already got that there. Romans 6. The 7. Okay, do you realize whatever you choose to obey becomes your master? Can you choose sin, which lead to death, or can you choose to obey the Most High and receive his approval? Thank Yah. Once you were slaves of sin, but now you have obeyed with all your heart the new teaching of the Most High and what he has given you. Now you are free from sin, your old master, and you have become slaves to your new master, righteousness. So trust me, the Father is giving us time and patience because he know we're in a sinful world. Trust me, that's the reason why he ain't come back yet, because a lot of people will be dead. I still got things that I'm getting over before he come. So I'm like, hold up, in minds, when I'm seeing this, I'm like, whoop, let me stop that. Whoop, let me stop that. Because let me tell you something, I don't need cancer. I like both of my legs. I don't want to miss a leg. I like both my arms. I like my limbs. I like my hair. I don't need my hair falling out from you. Like, look, I don't even show nobody my hair, but I know it ain't done. But let me tell you, I don't have alopecia. You know, you got females with no edges. Let me tell you something. I don't even put the stuff on my look. But listen, I'm fully everywhere, okay? And if I choose to no, not at all. Like y'all the first to see my little hair and like, but no. I love my hair. I don't need alopecia. I don't need my stuff just falling like my lashes, you know? I don't put on fake lashes. I sell them, but I like my real lashes. Like I don't need to like have no lashes. Like no, all that's a curse to me. I'm happy for my little stuff, you know, that sits on my, my top. You know, I'm happy for my little bottom that sits on my bottom, you know? I don't need all this stuff. Like, no, that's a curse. So y'all better stop playing. Now I'm gonna go to. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all. Oh, I did tell you on the front. So the first one I read Revelations 21:7. The second one was Galatians 5:20. And then I have to go back and find First Samuel. But like I said, I have all of them already somewhere since I got my 3 Bibles. But then the second one, it was Romans 6-17. Now I'm about to read Romans 8:6, chapter 8, verse 6. I'm gonna start with 5. Those who are dominated by the sinful nature, the simple sinful nature think about sinful things. But those who are controlled by the Holy Spirit thinks about things that pleases the Spirit. If your sinful nature controls your mind, there is death. But if the Holy Spirit controls your mind, there is life and peace. That's why I said, I have peace in my life. Okay. For the sinful nature is always hostile to the Most High. It never did obey the Most High laws, and it never will. Okay, so that's why we are in the world of good and bad, because when the Most High bring Yahweh and the angels down, they got us. If you for the wrong side, we is demolishing that part. So I'm going to end it on this note, and I will make a part 3 of this because I still got verses to tell. And on the third part, I'm going to go back over all the verses so that way whoever didn't watch the first one and the second one, it will make sense to them. So I just want to say appreciate you guys. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and go check out the first part if you didn't before you see this one. That way you can know a little bit more, because the first one I'm actually showing some videos as well. And I'm getting better with my videos. You know, y'all give me some little grace. You know what I'm saying? To get better. Don't just start judging and stuff like that. But for the most part, like I said, I'm just thankful for everything. And I appreciate you guys. I want y'all to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be putting my link for my book, for me and my son's book, down below. So if you guys want to. And I will end up eventually, I'm going to be having my little website where I have I want to do t-shirts, but I gotta get better. I'm gonna be having t-shirts, earrings, a whole bunch of stuff up under my page. So my whole goal is to help those that can't help themselves and reach people who really need the love and affection through me from the Father above. So that's what my funds will be going to. So appreciate you guys so much. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and send them to some folks who really need this. If y'all know some people who's practicing this stuff or got hurt by this stuff, tell them repent and watch Miss Empress videos. Again, this is True Healing Success, and I'll be back to give y'all more. And y'all gonna see me in the same outfit for my verse 3, my part 3, because I'm sitting here and I'm doing it. Okay, that way I can put everything out. So y'all have a blessed, great day, and stick around for the third part. How about that? Peace.